just picks up Powell, and Powell's having none of it. And Dunn comes in with force. Oh, playoff basketball, baby.
Well, that was an insane showdown, but oh my goodness, can you all believe that Kawhi Leonard is finally back and he's got smoke in his eyes? Well, we've got ourselves a series. Kawhi Leonard. My goodness, they played in Game 2. Honestly, words don't do it justice. What a game. What a series. If you're not watching the LA Clippers versus the Denver Nuggets, you're missing out on the best basketball we've seen in the first round of the 2024 to 2025 NBA playoff. Let's be real here. This is the type of matchup we all crave in the postseason. It's a shame that one of these teams will have to go home after the first round, but at the same time, I feel incredibly lucky we get to witness this type of basketball. And while some of the other matchups have been ugly blowouts, this series has been nothing short of spectacular. We've had everything. Back and forth action, clutch plays, buzzer beaters, and stars putting on performances that will be talked about. Game 1 was one for the ages. An overtime thriller where the Nuggets took a 2-point win. And if that didn't leave you on the edge of your seat, Game 2 just kept the ball rolling. The Clippers came into Denver, stole a win, and even the series 1-1 with a 105-102 victory. And honestly, if you're a basketball fan, this is the series you've been waiting. The level of talent on both sides is unreal, and you can tell both teams are giving it everything. When you talk about two of the best players in the NBA, you start with Kawhi Leonard and Nikola Jokić. They did not disappoint matchup. Kawhi, let's talk about him for a minute. Had one of the best games I've ever seen, and I've been watching basketball for a long time. The guy dropped 39 points on 15 of 19 shooting. 15 of 19. Let that sink in for a second. That's not a fluke, that's a statement. And these weren't just easy layups or uncontested dunks. These were contested shots, fadeaways, late clock heaves, step backs, everything. Kawhi was hitting shots that most players don't even dare to take, let alone. Denver tried everything to stop him. They sent doubles, they put length on him, they closed out hard, they forced him into tough spots, but nothing. It didn't matter who was guarding him or how many defenders were around him. Kawhi Leonard was getting buckets. This is what makes him one of the most dangerous players in the NBA when he's healthy and locked. And make no mistake, when he's right, he is an all-time great. He was channeling his inner Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant in this game, hitting big-time shots that were just jaw-dropping. Every time the Nuggets made a push, it seemed like Kawhi had the answer, and that's exactly what you need in a series like this. Someone who can take over, be the go-to guy in the clutch, and deliver. And of course, let's not forget the defense. Kawhi wasn't just scoring. He was locked in on defense, shutting down driving lanes, contesting shots, and making life difficult for anyone who dared to come his. But as incredible as Kawhi was, we can't ignore the Nuggets and their superstar, Nikola Jokić. Jokić continues to prove why he's the reigning 3-time MVP. And even though his team lost, he did everything in his power to give them a chance. The guy had another triple-double, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. A December 27, 10 line is absurd no matter how you slice it. And it's a reminder that Jokic's all-around game is unlike anything we've ever seen. But as great as he was, this game wasn't without its flaws. Jokić struggled with turnovers, 7 to be exact, and missed a few critical free throws down the stretch that could have changed the course of. And you can't really blame him. He's doing so much for this Nuggets team, playing almost every minute, trying to orchestrate the offense while also battling a post. And yet, even with all that, he was still putting up monster. He had 43 minutes on the floor, just an insane amount of time to be playing at such a high level. What we saw from Jokić in Game 2 was more of the same, dominating in the paint, running the floor, being a playmaker, and showing that despite his flaws, he's still the heart and soul of the Nuggets. But even with Jokic's brilliance, the Nuggets weren't able to close this one out, and there's more to the story. This game wasn't just about the stars. The supporting cast on both teams showed up in big ways. Let's talk about Jamal Murray. When the Nuggets needed him, Murray was there, hitting timely shots and stepping up when Jokić couldn't do it all himself. Murray has been a key piece for the Nuggets for years now, and he showed why in this game. Then, there's Russell Westbrook. I know. He's been a controversial figure, but credit where credit's due. Westbrook came through when it mattered. For the second straight game, Westbrook was a difference maker off the bench, making plays and bringing energy. This is the kind of Westbrook that the Clippers need: clutch, poised, and aggressive. But of course, not everything was perfect for either team. Let's talk about Michael Porter Jr. for a minute. He's been a wild card for the Nuggets all season, and in Game 1, he was absolutely horrendous, scoring just 3 points on a miserable shooting. In Game 2, he did have some moments where he redeemed himself, hitting a couple of big shots. But then there was the moment in the fourth quarter that left everyone scratching. With the game tied at 100 and a crucial offensive rebound, and Porter Jr. proceeded to turn the ball over. And to make matters worse, he appeared to hurt his shoulder in the process, leaving the Nuggets in scramble mode, while the Clippers' capital, Norman Powell, who had been playing well all night, hit a huge three-pointer with about 90 seconds left that ultimately became the backbreaker. That was a killer for the Nuggets, and you have to wonder whether Porter Jr. should have even been on the floor during crunch time after we saw. Maybe the Nuggets should consider riding the hot hand and giving Porter Jr. a little less responsibility in the final minutes, because that turnover was huge. Now back to the game itself. This one had everything. There were 12 ties, 18 lead changes, and it felt like a heavyweight bout between two teams that weren't going to back. Both teams were playing hard on defense, forcing tough shots, contesting everything, and making sure every possession. It was a classic gritty playoff basketball game. No fluff, no easy buckets, just pure competition. And that's what makes this series so incredible. It's not just about the stars. It's about how both teams are battling it out at every level, from the starters to the role players. You don't often see this kind of intensity in the first round of the playoffs, but we've gotten it. It's a testament to how talented and hungry both of these teams, and it's clear they're both playing for something bigger than just a first-round victory. But as much as we've seen and enjoyed in these first two games, the reality is that one team has to win and one has to lose. With the series tied at 1-1, it's looking like we're destined for a 7-game showdown, and honestly, I couldn't be more excited for what's next. This is one of the best first-round matchups we've seen in recent memory, and I'm here for all of it. We can only hope that the next 5 games will be just as entertaining and competitive as the first. So, to the Clippers and Nuggets, thank you for delivering basketball the way it's supposed to be. The high-pressure moments, the drama, the back and forth, it doesn't get any better than this. This series is proof that basketball at its best isn't just about three-pointers or highlight reels. It's about effort, toughness, and heart. It's about who can rise when it matters, who can stay composed in the chaos, and who can make that one defining play that tips the scale. That's what makes the playoffs magical. That's why we watch. And as we look ahead to the rest of this war between LA and Denver, we need to soak it all in, because games like these are what remind us why we fell in love with basketball. And these moments don't come around often, and when they do, they should be celebrated. It's not just two teams going at it. It's legacy on the line. It's careers being defined in real time. These aren't just box scores. These are battle scars. And as we sit back and anticipate Game 3, one thing is certain. The fireworks are far from. This is basketball in its purest. And if you're not watching now, you better catch up, because the show's just getting started.